Hey there, it's Mark from Men Who Bullet. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Men Who Bullet. Alright, in today's video, we're going to be setting up our weekly a little bit differently than we normally do. We're going to be using black construction paper and these stencils to create our headers for this entire week. Now, Slice was cool enough to send over 2 of their products for me to try out, which was perfect for this week. The first is a blade similar to an X-Acto blade that you would see online, except the tips of these are made out of ceramic instead of steel, so it's safe to your fingers, you're not going to cut yourself, and as the blades start to go dull, eventually, they do last really long, you can easily replace the head. Now, these scissors are really cool because they're made out of the same ceramic material, so they're going to last about 11 times as long as steel would, and it's ambidextrous, so both lefties like myself and righties can use these scissors. Super cool, again, super safe for your fingers, you're not going to slice yourself, and these can really cut through almost everything, felt and paper, and other products as well. So thanks again, Slice, for sending these over. So let's go ahead and start to plan out our pages so we know where we're going before we start actually cutting the paper. So to do that, I'll just take a Post-it note and I'll just quickly sketch out what we're going to be doing here. So we're going to be using 2 full-page spreads for this design. On the first page, we'll have a start to the week as well as Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then on our second spread, once you flip that page over, we'll have the rest of the week for Thursday and Friday. Now the first thing I'll do is split those pages in half so that we can fit 2 days on each one page. Now in my Archer and Olive notebook, that's going to be 19 spaces down to get to the center of the page. Go ahead and look at your own notebook and count how many you have from top to bottom and then split that page right in half for yourself. I'm going to be using this stencil that I got, just something off of Amazon. And we'll be using 2 different patterns from here. First is this little notched out. Now we're going to use this stencil here, and we'll both use this vertically and horizontally as we do this. We'll use it horizontally to put the month name, so it'll be June, and then we'll use the same shape, but we'll turn it vertically, and that's where we'll put the days of the week. Now we'll also use this flag stencil shape here, and those will be where we'll put the number days of the week as we go throughout. Now that we have a rough sketch, let's go ahead and start cutting out our shapes before we start laying them out. We're going to go ahead and draw out and cut this shape 6 times. We'll be covering each of the days of the week, Monday through Friday, and we also need one for the month at the very top of our page here. I had a longer scrap of paper that's just the perfect size for these little flag shapes here, so I'll go ahead and use this and draw out just 5 of these Monday through Friday. Since the flag has all straight edges, I'll go ahead and use the sliced ceramic scissors just to cut these out quickly. And since these tabs have a little bit more of a dynamic shape to them, I'll go ahead and use the blade here to cut these out. For my straight edges, I'll go ahead and use a ruler, but then for all of the rounded, more organic shapes, I'll go ahead and just do that freehand. In the top part of my first page, I'm going to also just have a quick calendar for reference, so I'll go ahead and cut out a square over here just using the scissors. Now that I have all of my shapes, I'll go ahead and lay them out quickly according to my original sketch plan to make sure I have everything I need. Alright, let's go ahead and open up our notebook and we'll start pasting all of the different shapes into the pages. So as you can see, I've already marked my page where it's in half, so 19 down from the top inside of this Archer and Olive notebook, and I've done that on the back page as well. Now to glue these down, I'm just going to use some tacky glue that I had here by my desk, but of course you can use anything you'd like, whether it be a glue stick or little sticky squares, totally up to you. Now that we have everything glued in, I'm going to go ahead and grab these gel pens here. I've got a white one which I'm going to use for the June header up here, and then I'll use some of these other gray tone colors for the rest of the week. For this top calendar, just to help myself out, I'm going to give myself some pencil guidelines over the black paper, and that way after I fill them in, I can easily erase the grid lines and it'll look nice and neat. Now that I have all the days of the week, I'm going to go ahead in with a slightly darker gray gel pen here and just put in the number dates of the week for myself. All right, and there we have it, a full week spread using paper for tabs and days of the week, and plenty of room for to-dos and notes. Thanks so much for checking out this video this week. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at MENWHOBULLET and visit me online at menwhobullet.com.